All right, all. Happy Tuesday. Let's look at Bitcoin here on the short time frame, then we'll zoom out. And so we're going to look at what to watch for today. Then we'll zoom out to the 4 hour, what to watch for the next couple of days, right? Same routine, daily chart, then the bigger time frames as well. So here we go. All right, so we see our uptrend here that we've been in really since midweek last week. We're still in that uptrend. Nice buy volumes, right? Look at these green spikes, right? Confirming an uptrend. That's what you want to see. As of lately, right? Just even over the past couple of hours here, we've seemingly put in a lower high on the shorter time frame. This is even we'll see this again on the 4 hour, um, but not a big cause for concern just yet. You can see this yellow line here, which is also pretty evident on the 4 hour as we zoom out, 27.4-ish. We could just be in, here's our high, right? Imagine this high here is this high here, and then we put in a lower high here, and then we come down a little bit and form this kind of this descending triangle, so to speak, right? See this like there, and maybe we're doing, something like this again over the next, several hours back into support here, and then, blasting off again, much like we did here, right? So keep that in mind. However, this is a big level, that 27.4-ish. Let me just reverse this here so we can keep that line. And so, keep that in mind over the next, maybe 24 hours or so. We could probably develop into something like that. However, if we close below this this line, 27.4-ish, then we start to get a little bit more concerned because we could be reversing the trend. But pump the brakes. Don't get too far ahead of yourself. Just follow the charts. They'll tell you exactly what's coming. So that's what I'm looking for the bulls and the bears. Bulls want to see something like a repeat of this, a mini fractal. Bears would want to see us start to close below this, below the 200 as we get up here. Those would all start to make sense of a trend rollover. Or, if we can loosely hold it, even if we wick down through this, right? We're looking for multiple closes under here. And this is the giveaway, right? You see all of these, local hots, the tops, flipping. You want to flip this back to support. We haven't touched it yet. So, that should do that, right? Previous resistance flips to support. So we should be holding that, when we hit it again. I would give, edge to a fractal of something like this happening versus a just immediate trend rollover just because we've put in an initial lower high doesn't mean a whole lot, right? We said there's very similar things back here. So that's what we're watching for on the hourly. Let's zoom out to the 4 hour, right? And now we see a little bit of a sharper image here, right? Here's the uptrends, right? Our lows, buying at that 26.2 level so far has paid off, right on this candle here, looking good. Move to the upside, break of previous resistance. We haven't held this, so that sometimes you'll see that in really bullish trends it won't throw back all the way to the level because buyers are anticipating that, and that is a very bullish sign. If we start to move back up without retesting it, right, the buyers aren't willing to even wait for that retest. They're jumping in, right? So that is what that means. And so far so good. Now, so far, right, on the hourly, we've put in a lower high, but not so fast on the 4 hour, right? We're maybe just building here. So maybe we, the next candle, we close this in an hour and almost 2 hours, right? So depending on when you watch this, go look at this 4 hour chart. Maybe we're back up here again, right? We don't really have any bigger resistance until like 29K. So we flipped that 27.2, 27.4 level that we talked about, last week. And now we're testing some pretty high prices that I didn't even anticipate happening that quickly. But 28.5 has happened. So pretty impressive. You can see on the 4 hour chart, not a whole lot of major resistance. You could probably argue this kind of topish area here so far is 28.3, right? See these two candles back here. But really, right, your major order block, your first one is at almost 29K, right? So maybe we get that, right? Maybe we get that on the 4 hour. We'll watch. Even if we come down here, right? See these previous three attempts of resistance, right? If we do this, right? Same thing as we looked at on the hourly chart, right? We could do something like this, and then kind of moon again here. Maybe going into next week even, right? You can see that this could take some time to play out. It doesn't have to happen this long or short, right? We condense, but you could see something to the effect of this, or what else could we have happen? The 4 hour, right, could just, it's not ready to die yet, and we do something like this, and then kind of phase out, or then roll over, or do something like that, right? I don't know. Or, I mean, the ultimate bullish is if we flip this order block into support, right? Because if you get above here, this will turn blue, and this will flip to support. So you have, halfway bullish, right? We kind of simmer out here, and then go, this is the more bullish, right? This scenario, we go up here, quicker. And then the most bullish is we break through that order block at 29K and hold that as support. Bear scenario is, right? Right, we always want to look at both sides. Bear scenario is, we can probably tell pretty soon, right? If this is kind of the local top area, and then we start to fizzle out, we break this, and then just kind of flip this back to resistance, and then, send it back down here. And then, kind of test support again back around the 26K area. So that's kind of the 3 bull scenarios, 1 bear scenario, right? We're giving edge to bulls here because this is, quite impressive so far, and we have no reason to be bearish yet. At the 4 hour chart even, right? The 1 hour chart, the 4 hour chart looking good, right? So, all right, well, let's remove everything now. Let's zoom out to the daily chart, right? This should be your primary focus, the daily, right? Longer term. Just like to keep you on your toes for the 1 hour and the 4 hour, so you know what to be watching for. If you see, you don't get caught off guard on, if you see something go down or up, at least you're prepared to know what to watch for today, tomorrow, that kind of thing. So, you can see the bigger order block here around 29K, right? And then you have an even bigger one up here. So this is massive resistance up in here. And, yes, if you want to let's look at the bearish side first, right? The bears maybe are already, in disguise here, right? Because we have our high here, lower high here, right? Maybe we come up here and it's still, right? Even if we're at 29K again, guess what? We're still in this downtrend, right? You could argue that this is, this head and shoulders thing played out right here, right? You have this, but usually if you're going to get this pattern to play out, it doesn't fake out, right? And then just also complete later, right? It should have completed here, and we should have been, kind of melting down here if this head and shoulders was in fact playing out. And this caught a lot of people off guard, that should have confirmed here. This really should have confirmed right here when we broke on this candle, and we should be a mirror image of this. We really should be about 25K now, testing major support, and instead this has been a pretty epic fake out down here, and now we're coming back up here. So I think it caught a lot of people off guard, and like I believe I said, one of my last things I said in last week's video, I'm always on the side of Bitcoin doing the most it can to wreck the most people. The most surprising Bitcoin can be is usually what it does, and voila. Even myself, very surprised at how massive of a reversal that was. So maybe it's a little bit of a short squeeze here. Probably liquidated a lot of shorts, especially after seemingly confirming a head and shoulders. We should be, like I said, probably testing the 200-week down here right now, but Bitcoin not ready to show its true face just yet. But keep an eye on these lower highs, right? We could have started a downtrend, but you gotta get if people are still talking about this head and shoulders playing out, not likely at this point, right? This is kind of a failed pattern because it reversed, right? So you gotta kind of shake that. If anybody's still talking about that, right? This is a fake out, right? Patterns don't have to play out, even if they're almost textbook, right? Head and shoulders, they should play out immediately if they're going to play out, right? It's not like a bull flag's looking and then it breaks down and then, oh, the bull flag still, no, it's either goes or it doesn't go, right? This head and shoulders should have gone here. It didn't go. It's fake out. It's good. It's done, right? It's done. So don't put too much weight into this anymore, right? No, watch out for people talking about that still. However, we are high, lower high, lower high so far. What we need to do is take out this guy, right? So 29.5, if we can close above 29.5, this downtrend is broken, right? So Yeah, we've reversed this uptrend that we were in from, all of 2023 so far. Um, just on the, I don't want to say have reversed, potential reversal, right, is there because of, we're trying to give this away here. But if we come back down, right, we have our major support here that is also like previous uh, resistance flip to, breaking up. Right now we're in this new zone here, right? So here's our big order block that we had a couple chances to buy down here. 26.2 is looking pretty good. And that is why I bought there, and I told you I bought there. I didn't care if it went to 25. 26.2 is pretty good. Is that the 200 week SMA as well? So you want to be taking advantage of those, and even though every bone in my body is screaming, we're going lower, right? That's not how you do it. You have a system in place, you follow your system, and you hit the damn buy button when it seems the most doomy gloomy. Usually, right? That's usually the best. Your best buys happen when every emotion in your body is screaming, "What the hell are you doing?" Right? But you're following a system, and that's what you do. So far, daily chart, we have a nice move up. Maybe we, what are we doing? Right? When nobody knows here, we just made a pretty significant move from 26.2 to 28.2. Maybe we're just chilling for a little bit and then going again. Right? Or, we don't want to be giving away these moving averages, this 8 and the 21 here in the yellow. Watch for those. A close below those will be a warning. Otherwise, maybe we're looking at to shape up a bull flag over the next week or so, something like this, and then we move down again, right? And then we go something like that, right? Watch for that. So far, it seems like this falling, right? Remember we looked at the falling channel. Right, and I said if this would kind of confirm above 27.2, we break this and look at the significance of that candle. Right, clear break. That's why, right, a lot of people, pros would have a long open when that breaks, because this pattern, this falling channel pattern, would have confirmed right there, and all the pros just pick that up and make a nice little swing trade or enter a longer trade for the longer term. Right, so that's what we're looking at. And that's why that candle is so big. Usually you'll see big candles on pattern confirmations because there's open orders there. People realizing this pattern exists and they get filled and just pump the price up even further, right? So that's where we're at on the daily charts. Still looking pretty bullish, but I'm just got this in the back of my mind, this lower high, right? So keep that in mind. If we come back down here, this still has to hold, right? This support's not going to change. Like 24.3, I think, is the low that I would expect to close. Anything lower than that, and we're in, pretty significant trouble. But we don't have to do that now or anytime soon. The low could be in, right? There's no guarantees that we're going back down to this price level. Do I think we will? That seems the odds to me. We haven't tested any major support, right, on the weekly. So let's go look at that, the weekly, and we'll keep this video hopefully to the next couple of minutes here. So weekly now, right? This is what we're focusing on the bigger time frame. Uptrend, right? We're still in the uptrend all of 2023. Higher lows, higher highs, by definition, uptrend, looking good. We talked about this for weeks, right? This move here. This is still in a flag formation. Has this confirmed yet? Not really. We're looking for really another one of these guys, right? That would confirm. If you take 30K out, that would be mind blowing. I don't know if I give that the odds, but I mean, we're still in this flag formation. You have to give credit to this on a weekly chart. Could we wick down here? Yeah, and that would also like fake people out again, right? Especially after this kind of counter move back to the upside. And I believe I even said this, we could do this. Like before going to 25K, we could actually go back up first, retest the top of that, and make it a longer kind of a flag here. So we have this move here. We're still kind of in this flag formation. So we might actually come back down again, really spook the market or wick even down here, and then actually play out. And we break, then we look for this break, like this candle, just like we did on the 4 hour, right? This could confirm this, and we could be looking at a massive move to the upside if this kind of plays out, right? This would be the ultimate kind of fake out to me. I think this would just destroy a lot of people, because if we come down to like 25K and we start to breach it and like get down to 24, or even like wick down something like this, like the 2023 or something, and then we end up coming back up and then confirming that this massive weekly bull flag hits, and then we break 28K again and then go to like 32, 33, 34. I mean, how many people would it trap down here, right? We could be in something like that over the next several months. We might not even know that that's going to happen until, late summertime, right? We could be into that. On the other hand, could we know it sooner? Yeah. Could the lows be in? Could that double kind of wick bottom right there, could that be all we do? Yeah, because remember what I talked about is that a lot of people get these zones, right, in their order books, and they expect these to fill. And what did I say on that first chart? Really bullish patterns often will reverse just above that zone, because the big buyers aren't willing to wait down here. They don't want to risk it. They don't want to risk getting front run, so they'll put in these orders higher, and then we could go up even quicker, right? So I would be looking to really just to confirm. I would say if we get above 29.2, if you see prices above 29.2, this flag would actually confirm, and I think we'd be looking at fresh local highs, relatively quickly. Kind of like the hourly and the 4-hour chart kind of took us off guard. I think we'd be seeing this. So that is the ultimate bull scenario. We're above the EMA 8 on the weekly. I don't know how anyone would be bearish at all at this point, but I'm sure they're around. But here we have prices above the EMA 8 on the weekly. You cannot be bearish by definition. If you are, you're wrong, right? There's nobody that studies TA in all seriousness, or has any kind of experience or a CMT, that would be a bear above the EMA 8 on the weekly chart. That's like definitively you need to be bullish if you're above the EMA 8 on the weekly chart. I don't care what it looks like. The prices are telling you, right? That's why you're even tracking a moving average. If you're higher than all the moving averages, you're doing better than all you have been in recent weeks, which is also by definition why you're bullish, right? Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. The weekly chart, that's what we're watching for. I would say if we're gonna, break this, it'd probably be in the next week or two. Or we're, going to come back down here and really start playing mind games with the masses. And what do I always say? I'm on the side with Bitcoin doing the craziest stuff to the most people. Bitcoin will never make it easy on you, right? When you think you got it figured out, usually the opposite comes, right? I think we're all used to that at this point. So that's Bitcoin wrapped up for today, tomorrow, weeks ahead, months ahead, right? That's what we're looking for. Do we have any indicators helping us? Well, I mean, look at the stochastic RSI down here, but look at this little reversal. You want to be paying attention to this. If we cross and start coming back up here and we're at that like 29K level and we do something like this, I would say Bitcoin, if we did this, right, this is a big if so far, but if we did something like this, what would prices be up here? I would say mid 30s, 33, 34, 35K if this confirms and we start to, see this kind of move, right, where we come down, we made us flat over the, over the bear market here. We put in a slightly higher low. Here's another higher low, right? We're really kicking off phase 1 of the bull trend. That would be pretty significant. So it's a big if so far. We could do something like this and then come back down, right? It could be a mind-blowing shaking chart right there. We could do something like this, right, where it's just kind of a fake out, or we don't know yet, right? Sure. But when we look at these dates, this is like October, right? If we did this, yeah, I would say prices probably in the mid to low 20s, right? 24, 25K. Maybe we test that for a while. But, those are just different scenarios, right? This is our momentum. So if stochastic crosses back up, we get some more momentum. This is the weekly chart. Keep in mind, this will be big. Anything else I'm watching? Well, of course, the Fisher transform, same thing. It looking like it's trying to hesitate for the first time, right? Since we crossed down mid-April, right? We've been going down, and now look, it's trying to hesitate here, but we don't know what it's going to do. We're looking for a bounce, a cross trigger buy, I mean, even this would be pretty significant. A cross down, run parallel again back to the upside. And, you know, why would that be significant? Well, look at this, right? We're looking at kind of holding this. You know, we can loosely base this, right? We're just trying to identify a trend here. But so if we ended up bouncing here, this actually would hinge right there, and they would actually hold this support near perfectly. So watching that on a big weekly time frame, this could still take another couple weeks to play out, but certainly worth observing. It's trying to potentially hinge here, right? You could see that it's not, at least not running parallel anymore. So if bulls want any kind of hope to go off on, I would give it to that. Still an uptrend on, you know, RSI, right? We came down a little bit. We are actually down in the low 50s again over the weekend. If you're watching this, we actually ended up hinging and closing back up. So we were actually, I was watching this and we were down pressing this level again, and it hinged and ended up closing back up here. So great sign. Why, right? If you haven't never seen this, right? Historically, going back, and you pull this on the BLX and it still goes back. But I mean, looking all the way back to 2015 here, this historically separates bull markets, bear markets, right? This loosely followed kind of low to mid 50s here, right? You can see bear market down here, bear market down here, bull market up here, right? Look at the dates here. This will start to be pretty eye-opening. So we absolutely must hold this on the weekly scale if we come back down. We don't want to ever visit under 50 again for sure, or we are likely getting trapped back down there. And, you know, if we see this, this is not going to be good news, even if you're a bear. We'd likely be down here for the next number of years. We'd be down here. It'd not be good. Okay. It'd not be goods. So watch for that. We want to hold that, but as long as we're up there, we're bullish by definition. Okay. So that's the weekly, just the bigger, you know, kind of snapshot, what I'm watching for. So, that's that, as they say, for this Bitcoin update. Hopefully you found it helpful. If you did, good. Glad it helped. Altcoins, what do you want to see next? All right.